The more you know, the more you grow.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Vivi Ornitier. This is a Izzet Spellslinger deck where you not only get more mana by casting non-creature spells, you also get more power and more damage right on your opponent. And since you're dealing damage directly with Vivi, you can even draw cards off things like Niv-Mizzet Visionary or Curiosity. And because you've got a Curiosity and Niv-Mizzet, you may as well put in Niv-Mizzet so you can combo out and deal even more damage. And if you're having trouble tapping Vivi for mana, well, no problem there. You don't have to tap him, you just gotta click him to generate mana equal to his power. So playing spells that increase his power, increase your mana, and increase your damage, so you can chain together extra turns, chain together some spell slinging removal, bounce your opponent's permanents, and swing in for the win. So let's take Vivi into the queue and start slinging some spells. Brawl. Crackling Wit. I would actually say Brawl is the most similar commander to Vivi if you're building it as a kind of a spell slinger or as a storm commander. And that's why Brawl is right here in my opening hand. This is such a good card. And Brawl is great for storm, for like general Izzet spell stuff. I think the other kind of similar card would be Valduk. But they're both great. Let's see if they choose to go keep that hand. They did, saying hello. Hi. I don't have a turn 1 strike at Rich. Tragic. It's okay. I do feel like I want one more land, so I'll keep that on top. Is it Brawl Stars? Yeah, guys, welcome to Brawl Stars. Don't mind me using up some cheap spells to ramp ahead of getting Vivi out. Because I'd love to be able to, like, use Vivi and immediately cast Flame of Anwar. Somebody says Brainstorm is banned for Historic and they're confused. Yes, because it is a card that's banned in Historic. It's not banned in Historic Brawl, though. Which is now just called Brawl. We have different ban lists. Sure is invert polarity mana you got over there. You, casting spells. Ooh, they might cast Brawl this turn. Yeah, do it while I'm mostly tapped out. I still have the treasure, so that would have been, like, susceptible to wash away. Okay, so they're definitely full-on Storm. You can tell, because they're playing Pirate's Prize, which means they're probably also playing all of the other things that, like, draw, drop, and make treasures. This, unfortunately, cannot hit Planeswalkers. Brawl, also make an otter for me. And I'm able to recur instants and sorceries, putting them on top of my deck now with this fetch land, since I have 3 islands and I can grab Mystic Sanctuary. Another otter! Why I oughta. I guess why you oughta. It's a good otter. They got 4 mana to play with, to play Otter Ball with, to play Blitz Ball with. A failed boarding. They're going to bounce that back into my hand. They don't have a desert, so no Surveil. I'll name Wizard, not Lizard, not Squizzard. Nope, nope. There we go. Wizard. Excellent. I now have a wizard in play. And I'm going to use this to swing and roll. So if I want to use Flame of Anwar here, I can destroy the Chrome Mox, but I won't be protecting Vivi with this invert polarity. I'm okay with this. I'm going to go for draw 2 cards. Actually, you know what? Destroy Artifact and kill other otter. Do I care that much about kill other otter? No, because I have the Cyclonic Rift in hand. I'm going to go this and that. Oh, this deck is chock full of, like, rude dude spells.
Gotta work with what's available.
Unfortunately, that Brawl might ult next turn. Then everything will have Storm. They have to cast 2 non-creature spells, and then they can -10. Do you got 2 you can cast off this mana? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana to start. Potentially more. Yeah, unfortunately, this can't hit Planeswalkers. You'll notice that none of the cards in the Final Fantasy main set say Planeswalker on them. Same thing for Lord of the Rings. And I have a feeling it's going to be the same on most of the other Universes Beyond sets, if not all of them. Because they're just saying, like, yeah, you can't hit it because it's not there. I'm going to start with the land. No. Here we go. Trying to play Brawl. My very own Brawl.
Saved you once, then it's back to my quest.
These aren't the spells I want to recur yet. So I'm just grabbing another land. Don't mind me. To see if I'm interested in swapping these 2 cards. I don't think I am.
Time to embrace the local culture.
Unfortunately, I think I'm 1 short of the thing I really wanted to do, which is essentially protecting myself and bouncing the roll. Could you play Vivi as a Super Friends commander?
Hope you've got bottled lightning.
Yes. Yeah, you could. They are channeling their hieroglyphic illumination. It's a cheap cyclable draw spell.
I have a plan.
And I'll swing in with Vivi. Yeah, because they had used the negate before, I felt like there was a good chance that I would be able to get through. You could have Brawl, Vivi, and Saheeli. Well, there's a really sweet Saheeli that makes 1/1 servos whenever you cast a non-creature spell. And it grows great with this Vivi. There's a similar card that makes the artifact soldiers for 2 mana whenever you cast a non-creature spell, which you can run in this deck. It was from Brothers War. The 1 damage from Vivi is very, very good. It is on all of the black mages from the set. So if you see black mages, that's their ability, is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, ping your opponents. Sapphire Medallion, that'll discount their spells. Wonder if I could get Rawl to ult here. Just saying, stick him up. The one thing I have is mana.
Oh, gotta work with what's available.
1, 2.
New world requires new strategies.
A 3. Come on, cast a spell. Nice. Okay, so I really wanted them to cast a spell here because that means that I can maybe get Rawl to 11 loyalty so he doesn't actually die. They're saying good game. Oh, they know what happens. Oh god. That's what happens. I'm gonna shock this in. Play Brawl so the grape shot costs less. Storm count goes up. So this is gonna be a grape shot with Storm. So we deal a damage and deal a damage, 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 deal damage, damage perhaps, damage milady. And then it's going to copy itself again. And I swing in with Vivi and win the game. GG. Kuja Genome Sorcerer is going to be spitting out black mages. This is a card that at the beginning of their end step makes them a black wizard token. These are the black mage tokens that ping. And if they have 4 or more wizards, and there's a bunch of other wizards in those colors too, he transforms into Trance Kuja Fate Defied, which doubles your wizard damage, including his own damage. So Thoughtseize, in this hand, they might want to protect their commander, take out my utter insignificance. Maybe they want to stop me from discounting the lack of instants and sorceries in my hand, or stop curiosity so Vivi can't draw cards. I think that was a good choice. Just because it's a hasty little prowess creature that makes instants and sorceries cost less. If I play Vivi here, I'm pretty sure he'll die. So I'm just going to wait. Wait until I can get something out of him. Like, if I can Curiosity, that would be enough for me, I think. Like, Curiosity in a land. You like the little chocobo? Isn't it cute? Oh, and Curiosity on Vivi is just whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you draw a card. Pretty nice. Chat's hitting me with the Kefka emote. Yeah, I just added that this morning. Blood Moon? I guess I have a very red hand here, huh? And of course I would top deck a mountain after that. Giving myself protection here doesn't actually do that much to protect me. I'm doing this so I can try to find an island. So I can play Vivi. It's a bloody moon. Please decide what horrible thing you want to do with me with your wizards. That's a wizard? That is unfortunately not an island. It just taps for red mana. Island! Still, again, pretty sure they'll just kill Vivi, but I'll go for it here. I don't have a second blue source. Hello, this is Vivi. He's baby. For now. For now, he's not so significant. He's not doing anything. He's chilling. He's vibing. Hanging out. Casting spells. Just a little guy. He certainly isn't going to get like 20 power. He's probably tripping. Aww. Exquisite Firecraft. Kills my commander. I'll put it back. And they hit for 1. Ow. It is just a mountain. Oh, Mox could get me a little extra. Vivi again. Pro Mox, get a ping. And I'm going to put Utter Insignificance into exile. Unless they destroy it before I can. Okay. They took out one of my blue sources, so I will not exile anything. And unfortunately, I don't get a draw off that ping. I'm drawing all the mountains. But Vivi is a blue source. Should they have waited for me to exile the card? If they did, I would have had an additional mana, which is, I think, what they were trying to stop. But I also don't know for sure, because I don't know what's in their hand. If they have more single target removal, killing Vivi would be great. They're also taking, like, their sweet, sweet time making decisions, so I have a feeling, this being a, you know, brand new commander, they're working on it. Okay, turns that they can discard 2 and draw up to 2. This is a wizard. Wizard, not a wizard. Even though I could block here, I'm a little worried about, like, follow-up burn damage, so I'm not going to. Okay, slicing, oh slicing. Take another 2. We'll see if I can get some more stuff done here, though. I did get another island. Bless up. I could go for Niv Mizzet, but I think I'm going to do a Time Warp. Guess would like to draw. I have 5 mana. I'll just Oracle. And then I can attack in, draw another card. And I am willing to risk the damage to myself off 1 ring, because I feel I have to kill them as quickly as possible. Black Lotus, that's more blue mana. Vivi gets bigger. Yep, keep drawing. Mox Amber. Yeah, chat saying nice. Nice. Blue, 2 damage and a treasure. Keep drawing. Coruscation Mage and the Limblum trigger here are very similar. I'm actually going to play this Brawl to get a discount on the instants and sorceries for this turn. I take 3. I'm going to immediately draw off the 1 ring because we have the other Oracle spells in here. Looking at the spells in my graveyard. I will use the Vivi mana right away. Oh, never mind. I didn't even need to because I have plenty. And then I attack in for lethal, I'm pretty sure. Time Warp. Me. Prismari command. 2 and a treasure. And that should win us the game. GG, fellow wizards. Nicol, Bolas, God, Pharaoh. Bolas is going to be stealing our spells, our permanents, everything they can. Or they could just be a Grixis control deck. And there's a possibility that this is actually my Nicol Bolas crime deck. And the easiest way to tell if somebody is playing it correctly is if they only use the +2 and -4 abilities. If you ever see somebody use the +1 ability, they stole my deck list and then played it wrong. Because there's a rule here. We have rules. The +1 is only if your opponent and all of their permanents are hexproof. Because you can't target them. It's all about crime. You gotta do crime. This will come in tapped. I don't feel like I need to use the Faithless Looting right away. I know I have a kind of slow hand, but I feel like they're also usually a pretty slow deck. Okay, cool. I will have the mana for Invert Polarity. But I kind of want to save this here since I'm not doing anything. try to get Vivi down. Trigger Vivi with Faithless Looting. And I can discard 2 cards here. I think I will drop the Discovered a Formula. It's a big discount, but I want to keep some of these things that can return my stolen permanents to me. So I'm going to keep the River's Rebuke, and I have to decide if I want to drop this or that. This lets me put my own spells back on top of my deck if they're stolen, but I don't value it as much. Kimtar, thank you for the 8-month sub. When I flashback of Faithless Looting, is it a Faceless Tooting? Hee 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 ho ho ho. I'm going to let them have the Vivi here. Move my commander to the command zone. Decline. Play Brawl. And make a Whittle Wizard Otter.
I hope you've got bottled lightning.
Yay, look at it. It's so cute. He's playing Blitz Ball. Well, he's playing Otter Ball, which is Blitz Ball. I would actually say that this Brawl is the backup commander for this deck. They do play Blitzball. It was their way of hinting at the Final Fantasy set. I'm trying to remember when we found out about the Final Fantasy set.
I'll just invent a solution.
Ooh, discard 2. I'm going to discard Stormcatch Mentor. And... do I want to uncrime the crime deck? A little. Try to put Vivi back in hand. Vivi is back in hand. This will flip next turn. I kind of like that. But I also kind of like holding up, like the mana drain and the other cards. I'll go for the search. Moms, BT Dubs, thank you for the sub. I was looking for a land there, on that minus. Didn't see one. They're bonkin' roll. They're at 6 mana now. Key to the Archive gets them 7 and 8 mana. Also another spell. And are they going to finish off Rawl? Oh no, they got a lightning bolt off Key to the Archive. R.I.P. Rawl. That is a land on top, and this is going to transform. So now I have lots and lots of mana. So I'm going to play Vivi. Immediately tutor. Gee, I wonder why I would want Wash Away. It's because of Bolas. Getaway, by the way, also casts spells from exile. But next turn, I will have an absurd amount of mana because that's how Vivi works. I have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, one more gets me to Expropriate. This is the first deck, by the way, that I've put an Expropriate in. I crafted it for this deck because I was thinking extra turns are a great way to get more mana out of Vivi. And this card is just purely unfair, and I wish it didn't exist. Unfortunately, it does exist. So here it is. Oh, they stole my Tome of Gadwick. I could wash away that, but I'm not that scared of it. Yeah, I find that people are asking me, like, why not run Roaming Throne in this deck? I could block there. I'm not risking it. Oh, iteration. Sure, go for it. It is easier to essentially double your triggers by taking an extra turn than playing a very good creature, which is frustrating, and I really wish it weren't the case. Allow me to demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's like, why is Mana Drain in the deck? Why is he Expropriate in the deck? Because unfortunately, they do work. Vivi also gets a lot out of extra attacks. I will drop the Wash Away and the River's Rebuke. You guys are seeing where this is going, unfortunately. It is chaining together extra turns in order to win the game. They have one blue up. I have no idea if that is their Wash Away. Or if it's... Oh, no, it would be whatever card they got off Tome of Gadwick. They haven't cast it yet. All the cards in Tome of Gadwick are like 1 mana draw spells. Can I do both? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not in that order. Okay, so me, you. Vivi gets big enough, I can play Niv Mizzet. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Not the most fun way to win a game, but if you like slinging spells, Vivi is strong. Yeah, I wish they would ban most of these extra turn spells I have in this deck. In fact, all of them I'd be down with. Maybe keep Karn's Temporal Sundering, because at least it has requirements. Vivi's giving me very variable matches. I would not say Vivi's matching low, because I've also matched into like Helga and a Sorcerer and Proft. What format is this? It's Brawl. Inti, Seneschal of the Sun. Going to be discarding, putting +1/+1 counters on things, and then getting cards in exile. I don't have double blue here, so I can't actually use that Mana Drain, but I think Brotherhood's End is going to be a really good card in this matchup, since it has the potential to, you know, kill Inti. And the other aggressive red creatures they happen to cast. Bag of Holding lets them discard things on demand. And suddenly, Mana Drain mana. Do I actually feel like holding Mana Drain? Sure. Mana Drain can be good. In fact, it's so good it should probably be banned. I would say that this is one of my, like, my decks that I think has the most cards that should just be banned in it. Mana Drain, Time Warp. Take all this garbage and put it in the garbage. I'm gonna play Vivi. Faithless Looting. Get a ping, get some mana. I'll drop Mountains. See, I have 2 mana here. Do I think I'll be using Stormcatch? No. Passing the turn, since I can't actually use the 2 mana. By the way, if I Pact Negation, I can actually pay for it, because I can use VB to make the mana. Oh, also I guess I win. It's Yuna, Hope of Spirit. This is actually the first Yuna I have seen. Hello, Yuna. In their end step, they're going to be reanimating enchantments. I actually pre-built a Yuna deck, so I have one ready to go. They can discard, they can mill, or they can wait for me to destroy their enchantments, or just wait for their enchantments to sacrifice themselves in order to, you know, bring them back. A lot of enchantment-based ramp because you have a 5 mana in commander. And then there's some really, really strong enchantments out there. Whether they're removal or like removal plus. You got choices. There's not that many summons in Arena. Those are just saga creatures. But like, Garnet can rewind any saga. Should I be suplexing the Garnet? I might want to here. I will. I don't have any removal that kills Yuna. Am I gonna get tithed? I see 1 white mana up. Nope, we're good. You can surveil things or explore to put them in the graveyard, too. Oh, what's that? Command Beacon! They can put Yuna directly into their hand. Sure. It means that they could dodge the command tax. That's pretty good. Hi, Tome. This is usually something you do when your commander costs like 10 more than it started, and you're like, I'm giving up. Here's Yuna! This now has lifelink and trample and ward and some other stuff. I want to see which spell I get off Tome of the Infinite. A dark ritual. Okay. Gonna cast a little honor here. Just another little black mage. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, deal damage to each opponent. Just like you, Vivi. It is a very dank ritual. Yuna, who can clone enchantments. And next turn, I think we can get a little silly. As long as I got the mana to do it. Yeah, sure hope I do. I want to play Vivi first. Use Ancestral Anger, because it increases Vivi's power, and then increases it again from the actual spell resolving. Are you going to get Swords to Plowshared? Alright, I'm going to cast Dark Ritual. Oh, and I got to put full control mode on here. Use this to grab more blue mana. I could Otawara it back into hand, or I could Tome and see what I get there. I don't mind, like, casting Vivi again. Sure, I'll use that to cast Vivi in the next turn. But I'm sad because I don't get the Ancestral Anger buffins. So they'll have lifelink, trample, ward on these again. A Lush Portico. So far, only used one enchantment, but they got one in the graveyard. Yuna has successfully surveilled Calyx, one of the other strongest Selesnya commanders, into the grave. Won't be triggering this turn, but could be triggering next turn. I am going to attempt to block and kill the Kami Bamboo Groves. If you want that to die, that's cool. Could bring that back instead of Calyx, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, summon the Scantily Clad Man, please. Starfield of Nyx, it's like Yuna 2. At their upkeep, they're going to be able to grab that back. Nice. Tuna. But what about second Yuna? Actually, I want to see what I get off Tome first. Roll them bones! Bogchamp. Get me some mana. Play Vivi again. I guess I'll use this mountain and then pass the turn. Like, nothing bad is happening here. No way, that's crazy. They're at 4 enchantments, by the way, and they can get 5 by using Yuna to copy Starfield of Nyx. Or Kami, I guess. The question is, did they swing with everything? I would like it if they did. Fog. Prevents all damage that would be dealt this turn. Doesn't matter if it's creatures or what. No damage, so no life gain and no Calyx trigger. Patink, patunk, patonk. I got plenty of mana, nothing to bring back here. Ooh, Brainstorm. I'm gonna start with the Tome. Assault Strobe. Alright, I will Brainstorm here. Assault Strobe's great because it makes Vivi a very, very hard hitter. Putting cards back into my deck. Do I have enough mana to do some Niven? don't have enough to kill them with Crackle, I don't think. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nope. I could kill, like, maybe one thing. Like, I could maybe kill Yuna. But I want to get silly with it. Much sillier. Much, much sillier. Okay, so I've got 6 mana right now to work with. If I solve the equation here, I can get anything, and I will have 4 mana to use to cast it. And at 4 mana, I like something like House Meld. Brotherhood's End would kill just 2 of their things. I'm 1 off from the other piece there. I could also just Otawara something. Yeah, like putting something back into hand is good. But stealing their commander, well, yeah, that's Brawl. House Meld, a card that shouldn't exist. I've actually sent an email to devs saying like, hey, I think you should change how this card is templated. Like, oh my god, I actually had enough for Time Warp and I didn't realize it. I hadn't played a land this turn. Okay, I should have gone for the extra turn. I guess I'll swing in with Coruscation Mage. Like, yeah, Vivi has Double Strike, but Kami of Bamboo Groves just blocks it and comes back. Oh, they didn't go for it. Yeah, bring back my enchantments from the graveyard. Look, Yuna, you're what you've always wanted to be. An enchantment. Nice! Knights of the round! Makes 3 knights each turn. Also, it's indestructible. Hell yeah! Let's go. Don't Calyx. They can copy that with Yuna next turn, too. Fusion that Tomb or Spike. Probably not going to do much for me. I'm doing this to get the triggers. And I draw off Niv. Okay, land. I could snap into a 1-cost spell like Fog, but that would only be on my turn. Because I have the mana floating. I could Assault Strobe, Ancestral Anger. That gives Trample. Alright, I think we get the Ancestral Anger. Nice it around, Elspeth. What a power couple. What a power couple. I'll just swing in with these. Feels right. And Calyx has a finality counter on him. So, yep, I will kill those 2. Let the knights live. Kami of Bamboo Groves comes back. I have 1 enchantment in my deck. I was trying to think, is there anything Yuna could actually bring back for me? I guess search for his Kanta? Do I have any other enchantments? No, I don't think I do. Knights it around, comes back. They're swinging in. I'll block. That's going to be game. I could go for overkill. I could go for regular kill. I sure did miscount my mana earlier in the game, though. Yeah, I would. GG. Ygra, eater of all, turns everybody into a food, so she can eat it. It's a giant cat, and when food goes away, well, Ygra grows. Turning everything into artifacts also has some extra benefits, like you can play spells that say destroy all artifacts or all artifacts are sacrificed, which is quite good for them. I am going to try to get Vivi out on turn 2 using Strike It Rich, and then use Vivi to hopefully control this game. But if he gets killed right away, that's going to just kind of total it. Ooh. This is a way for them to just like freely sacrifice things. I was gonna aim for Vivi this turn, but I think it's better for me to suplex Warren's Soul Trader. This is a sacrifice outlet that lets them turn their things into treasures. It's also part of a couple different infinite combos with Ygra. There's one with, is it Cormelia? It's one of the squirrels that was in the same set. You use that, a sacrifice outlet that produces another treasure, or a sacrifice outlet and like Pitiless Splendorer, and you can just keep making stuff. Oh yeah, suplex is great. Yeah, a soul trainer, because we're suplexing the train. Great, thank you. Thank you, chat. I love and appreciate you too. Ooh, wonder what Invasion of Ikoria grabs. Maybe more ramp? Like, they can get Ygra out next turn. I don't think Vivi will get banned. Sylvan Caryatid. That means they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Am I going for the Vives? I think so. I'm going to make Vivi very curious, which gets me a mana. I will bolt the Elvish Mystic, which will get me a card drawn, and in the future another mana. And what I wanted to do this for was actually because now if I packed, as long as I use Vivi to pay for the mana, I stay alive. Here comes Ygra! Except here doesn't come Ygra? Because I can actually pay the 5. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Lord Dracus, bring back a spell next turn, do it again. It is a Yuriko. And I actually matched up against a Yuriko earlier today. This is Yuffie, who is Yuriko. And they conceded on turn 0 because they didn't want to play against me. So this will be my first time playing against a Yuriko in Brawl. Yuriko is ninjutsu. It is going to be tempo, cheating things in, and then, well, draining spells. Draining you based on spell mana value. It's very scary. You should be scared of Yuriko. Spell piercing. Okay, yeah, that's definitely the tempo side of things. Yes, and she ignores commander attacks. I would actually say that one of the things you should do with Yuriko is never actually kill her, just block her. And all the other ninjas. Can you become unblockable? You have Skulk. Oh, great news. Also, she doesn't get cast. She has ninjutsu, so mana drain like wouldn't hit her. Creature with greater power, huh? Vivi has 0 power right now. Not that they might not just kill him. Yeah, Skulk this! The Ingenious Prodigy and Vivi look at each other and are like, "Ma-wizard? Ma-wizard?" Ah, Nasilva for Master. Cool. I'm gonna use the Ancestral Anger to make Vivi bigger. Kind of spending 1 mana to get 2 and looking for something else here. Alright, I'm gonna use my 2 lands to mutate onto Vivi. Yep, this is no longer Vivi, this is Lord Dracus. And I can use this mana to cast this. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Had I land, we could have temporal manipulation. Didn't. That's okay, don't need to. I will kill all of these. Play this as a tap land and swing in for 7. Seems like a nice way to start, right? Brothers Eden has been very good for me since, like, Vivi always survives it. Nice. Make my commander grow! I think I'll just play Vivi again. Well, if they had started with the 1/1 flyer instead of the Prodigy, they would have been able to ninjutsu in. There's a ninja! Go ninja, go ninja, go. I have to do them in this order, but it is the right thing to do, I feel. Temporal Manipulation. Ew, gross. Yep. Harmonic Prodigy. Don't attack. Go to the next turn. Play the land. Sit there threateningly. And have a mana drain and then expropriate. I think I'm 1 mana off of this. And if they cast a spell and it gets mana drained, Vivi lets me get to it. A powerful extra turn. It doesn't look like it, but it was a very good setup turn. Ooh, Sapphire Collector. Let's go. Lets me recast spells from my graveyard. Are you gonna kill Vivi? Are you gonna kill Vivi? Oh, you thought you were 3 steps ahead. The only good thing about this for you is that it's only a 1 mana value spell. So I've cast 1. Let's see. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm gonna use up all my mana for the Ancestral Anger. Pew, pew! Because it's lethal. A Yuriko that can't deal combat damage once is a Yuriko that does nothing at all. GG. Tatyova, Benthic, Druid, Landfall, draw a card and gain a life. I've got Proph's Eidetic Memory, a Brainstorm, Stormkiln Artist, and a Vile Duplication here. And maybe even a Niv Mizzet if I manage to survive long enough. I do like having the early Brainstorm Eidetic Memory combo, since that's going to be draw a ton of cards and put a ton of counters on things. But turn 1. A land or elf. Yep, turn 1 ramp and green. Thankfully, I can bolt the bird. Bolt the elf. Always bolt the bird. So ready for it. I got 2 mana now. Bloom Tender only taps for 1 right now, but we'll probably tap for more later. I could go for Eidetic Memory, or I could play Brawl here. I kind of like playing the Brawl since it gives me this, like, advanced discount. And it also makes people know, like, oh, there are going to be counterspells in this game. Even though I don't have any of them in my hand. Yeah, Eidetic Memory is great with Vivi because you can make him bigger with it. Brawl, the first card banned in Brawl. They're playing Uro. While Uro is not sacrificed, they can tap the Bloom Tender for 2. Nice. Now they'll draw a card, maybe get to put a land in, so they could have 3 mana here. He really is a star. All of Storm Giants. Okay, it's tapped. Yeah, this is a pretty banger card for Brawl. I really like it. I am going to use Proph's Eidetic Memory because I sure did not get a land. Brotherhood's End, put a counter onto Brawl, and I'll swing in here. Tatyova gonna turn Landfall into card draw. That is a fetch land, Scalding Tarn. So they've got mana up. They got cards to draw. Yeah, missing land against Cinderground. I have 2 mana. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. That's rough, buddy. Would you have to go full control mode to do that Bloom Tender tap? Yes. I'd love to play Vivi here. But I think I gotta, you know, deal with those. I unfortunately can't pay the 2 for a Spell Pierce. I could brainstorm and just make Brawl huge. But since I got a land here, I'm a lot less, like, likely to do that. I kind of like holding the wash away in case Uro comes out. Ugh, Hawk. Yeah, where's balance when you need it? Everybody should have the same number of cards and the same number of lands. They're tutoring. A tragedy, a tutor. We have solved the equation in here too. And I'll have an extra turn ready very, very soon. Next turn, I can easily cast that. Oh boy, extra turns. Like my deck doesn't also have tons of extra turns. I'm going to try to get Vivi out. Is he gonna get mana drained? Who knows? They're gonna draw some cards, though. Hey, Hackerman! Thank you for subscribing, and also thank you for gifting 5 subs. Happy Final Fantasy release day! Alright, Vivi's now in play, so I'm gonna brainstorm. Wow, what are lands? I guess they're just not real, huh? I'll drop you and you. I can go to combat, make Vivi big. And with 4 mana, I can cast Mizzix's Mastery to Brotherhood's End to clear out these 2. They still get the extra turn. And make Pock unable to scream. So I'll start with this. Getting to overload this would be cool. They are drawing a card. I guess I could have tapped that for more blue to, like, just in case, hold up the wash away. Okay, they're saving Pock. That does not change what I'm doing here, though. Oh, brother. So Vivi, on this one single turn, got huge. Which is exactly what I needed him to do. Unfortunately, Vivi won't be able to make mana for me on my opponent's turn. So we're sitting here with a 7/10 Vivi. Yeah, I see. I finally get to 4 lands, and look, Vivi gets huge. Vivi will allow me to cast, like, all of these spells next turn. I can turn Pock into a 1/1. I can frog him for a turn. I can Vivi draw. If I live to see it. Yeah, it sure is Mythweaver Pock around here. Who up, poggin' and froggin'? That's me. I'm trying to decide if I want double Niv Mizzet with the Vile Duplication, or if I want double Vivi. I think I want double Vivi. This Mossborn Hydra is also going to be a problem. It's a 2/2 for now, but it's going to double for each landfall, and Pock is doubling those lands for those falls. No blocks. And soon, it's time to believe in the heart of the cards. They'll be able to get the landfall on their turn. Well, hiya, hiya. I will use this to... Yep, that's perfect. Niv Mizzet. Flooded Strand cracking open. Because somebody will probably ask, do you have the other Niv Mizzet this Niv Mizzet goes infinite with? Yes, it's in the deck. Because they're both very good with Vivi. They're good with just, like, spell sling and land stuff anyway. Strict Serenade. I didn't want to have to use the Wash Away here, but I will use the Wash Away here. Would I like to draw a card and drop a card? Yes, I'm actually going to put that Stormkiln artist, I think, out. Actually, can I afford to play it this turn? No, I won't be able to. So I'll just drop it. And now it's like, I gotta get lands. I'm gonna get the draw. I'm gonna get the clone, Flying Vivi. We love Flying Vivis here. Not the land I was hoping for, but I'll still be able to make some mana post-combat. I could do that on their turn, too. No, I can't, because I only have the blue right now. Well, I have a very large Vivi, but I think that because they have this Mossborn Hydra, I'm still going to die. But I did a pretty good turn there. Rippin' Pappies. Rippin' Pappies. Yeah, it says 64-64. It's fine. Good turn, but didn't quite get there. Could not dig deep enough. How big do you think this Hydra will be by the time they actually swing at me? Oh, hey, it's Vivi's theme playing. That's very appropriate for this game. I put together a separate playlist, by the way. It's on Spotify as Finalizing My Fantasies. That's just the Final Fantasy songs off my normal playlist. But I put it together. Come on. Good game. Please swing at me. Yeah, I promise you have lethal. Yeah? Alright, here we go. Maybe there's game actions to take. You know what Simic players are like. They like taking game actions. GG Tatyova. Helga, Skittish, Seer. She's a frog that's going to be making lots of mana, drawing cards, gaining life whenever they cast cards that have a mana value of 4 or more and are creatures. She can also do this with X-cost spells. Helga is pretty scary, especially when she comes down on turn 2. I kept this hand because it has a way to buff Vivi. It has a way to double Vivi's triggers. And there's also an extra turn card, which is a way to get more mana and more triggers and more everything out of Vivi. And look, blue mana. Llanowar Elf. Probably not going to be Helga next turn, though, unless they get a Utopia Sprawl following this. I think I'm also going to Method's Enthusiasm on the Llanowar Elf. Suplex will be able to kill Helga, and this gives me the maximum amount of bonus damage on Vivi. So I can actually play him this turn, get a perpetual buff, assuming he resolves, and then use that to cast, say, Harmonic Prodigy or search for his Canta. I can't believe it. It was not a counter spell. It was not a Tail's End or a Memory Lapse. So now I have a 4/4 Vivi, which is awesome. Oh no, you're an Intruder Alarm combo deck, huh? Well, all right then. Listen, I can deal with that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yep. It causes Vivi to untap. Yeah, good thing Vivi doesn't need to tap. Just, don't even probably swing in this turn trying to make Vivi bigger and try to win the game. Sure. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. The more equipments he holds, the more elementals he makes. I think they're elementals at least. Yes. 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with trample and haste. So you just load him up with every single sword that you think he can hold to try to win the game. I will play this Tome of Gadwick. I can wait until Vivi's out to get the trigger, but I like Tome of Gadwick. It's one of those alchemy cards that makes more cards. Yay, more spells for my spell slinging. Oh, whoops. I probably should have gone for Harmonic Prodigy there, since I could have gotten the double trigger on Vivi. But you know what? Now it looks like I have Mana Drain. I don't. But imagine if I did. So Valduk gets a sword. Ignore my misplays. Drew Champion, thank you for the 38-month resub, and happy Pride to you too. Don't you worry, I'll be doing a hot dog quest. Alright, we got a Mox Amber for mana. Mishra's Bauble also for mana. Check out what's on top of their deck. Nod approvingly. Get very enthusiastic about killing Valduk. Use the last mana to put the tome on the wizard. It was his wizard tome, Mr. Krabs. He's gonna read. Alfiran Void. They're scrying. You don't need much red mana for Valduk. That's very true. Yeah, this is an unusual card to play against. But right now, Vivi is brand new, so I'm matching all over the place. I'm matching against combo commanders, kind of like weird one-shot commanders. Yeah, it's cool. So they got rid of the tome, so I'm not able to generate spells off it. But I have enough mana that I can, like, take additional turns. I could Karn's Temporal Sundering here. I have 4, 7, 8 mana. Wow, I have 8 mana right now. Okay, I will take an extra turn and put Arcane Signet back in their hand. And I actually should have played Prodigy first. But I don't think I would have had the mana for it. Oh no, because that's 6. I just would have been putting the buff on that. It works for me. GG. Ureni the Unwritten. Going to be a spirit dragon that gets even more dragons. When it enters or attacks, dragons happen. I have a dragon too, look! Sniff Mizzet. Nice and Elvish Mystic. My hand's a little on the slow side, but having things like Wash Away, Tome of the Infinite, and Niv are all really nice. I'm gonna play the Sapphire Collector here, hoping that I can trigger it next turn to get the Mox. It's whenever I cast my second non-creature spell in a turn. For the first time once this is landed, I get a Mox Sapphire, which is really nice. Ooh, they're ramping though. Song of Seasons. Are they gonna be at 7 mana next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the one that they play off that, 6. Ramp. Yeah, I might have to hold up Wash Away. Oh no, my Sapphire Collector! Okay, so I'm not getting any Mox in. I could also be using that to recast things from the graveyard, which is, you know, good. I'll play Vivi and pass the turn. they play a land, even if it's a, yeah, it would have to be an untapped land. Like, that could happen. Nice. Gold span instead. More ramp. Get some card draw off the Dragon's Horde. I'll use this expressive iteration to make my Vivi grow! I'll put Lord Dracus in hand, sink it to Stupor, and then Scalding Tarn. And I will deal some damage to myself. Boop. Because I'm still trying to hold up that wash away. And swing in. If I don't need to use the wash away, I can use my 1 blue mana to trigger the tome. Do I plan on playing any drafts today? I might. There's other scary dragons too. Miriam, I would say, is what I need to be also worried about. Or other Ureni, who just kills poor Vivi. Rising of the day, everybody has haste. Nice. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana up. Are you gonna go for Ureni? And I have a feeling that they fully expect this based on how I left 1 blue mana up. But I'm doing it anyway. We wash away the Ureni. It gets countered. But Goldspan Dragon can still swing in for another 4 and get another 2 mana. That's 16. They're at 17. Okay, Lord Dracus. I could bring back a spell from the graveyard. Niv Mizzet. Just freaking Niv Mizzet. I'm going to start with the Tome. And Lord Dracus also refunds its mana immediately. Oh, cool! Light of Hope. Do I feel like Coruscation Maging or Niv Mizzeting first? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So here's Niv. I also have dragons. And I will destroy your Rising of the Day. Yes, I can use Light of Hope to put counters on Vivi and it, like, pays for itself, which is cute. I guess I could have hit the Elvish Mystic there, but I just got a Brainstorm. So I'm going to bolt that in and just do this now. And that's going to be 4 pings, so I can actually kill Goldspan Dragon with it. And Ureni's going to leave. GG. Yuffie, or Yuriko, Commander Ninjutsu, so you never have to pay your commander cost, you just cheat it in. This will be the second Yuriko I've played against. I've got Suplex, but they go first. This might be too slow. I'll still keep it and hope for the best. Just a guess, they're gonna play something on 1 or flash something out? Okay, they're not going for the turn 2. Wild. Boop. I don't really want another land. I'll put that in the graveyard. And I guess I'll just pass with this mana drain. They'll have to cast a creature or use an ability to make a creature so they can start ninjutsuing. The classy draw go strategy. Very, very cool. Just sitting here not doing anything. Nikki Tornberg, they gave it a sub. The Blue Mage special, yep. Well, they're blue-black and I'm blue-red, and they got kill spells, I got burn spells. It is how it is. I think I might go for the filter. You know what? I'm actually just gonna draw 2. You flashing something out? You countering this? Spell Pierce! Yeah, I can't... Sure. Sure, alright. Considered playing this, but I kind of want double Otter Baby. Oh, wait, we griefing? I would like your mana, please and thank you. Are you gonna mana drain my mana drain? Riveting gameplay, I know. Isn't this fun? I like that I'm getting 4 mana next turn. Okay. That's fine. Prismari Command and Suplex can both take out Grief. Did they forget the ninja? Yeah. It's ninjas. This is not a ninja. Yeah, mana! Alright, let's see if I can get stuff rolling here. Vivi. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to block. It has Menace. Okay. Back in hand you go, Vivi. Play Vivi again. And suplex their Grief. Yeah! You want to suplex Grief? I wish I could do that in, like, my IRL, just, like, day to day. If I'm having trouble dealing with Grief, just, like, suplex it. Just wrestle it. Oh, which member? This one? I wonder if they're built more around, like, enter the battlefield stuff rather than the ninjas. Vivi's back. And they're drowning Vivi in the lock. Okay. We wait long enough, I'm just gonna be able to cast this. Vivi again. Yeah, I don't feel like this is actually a Yuriko deck. I think this is a oh gosh, Xerath Sand. This feels like a Xerath Sand deck. Crackle? Are you gonna go pop? It's a snap. Easy as that. All they had were kill spells and counter spells and not ninjas. Vivi victories. Yes, we just keep having them. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Vivi's really good, which shouldn't be a surprise to anyone here because everybody kind of expected this to be one of the best cards in the set. And if you're wondering, Amy, why did you build Vivi first? I actually built 5 different decks before the set came out, and Covert Go Blue happened to be in my chat this morning when the set went live, and I asked him which one should I play first, and he said Vivi, because he's a spell-slinging fool who's honestly going to build this deck too, and probably build it way better than I did. I would actually love to see a version of Vivi that's a Storm deck, because I have a feeling that it's going to be really, really strong. I'm probably just not the best pilot for it, because I think in creatures, not in non-creature spells. If you're looking for my deck list though, this deck did do really fun things. You can find it in the description below. And if you would like to suggest a Final Fantasy commander for me to brew, please let me know. It might be like a few weeks until I can get to some of these, because the set has over 100 legendary creatures in it. And also there's new reprints that came into Arena, like the Partners commanders, and Yuriko, who I want to build a better version than the ones we ran into during this recording. I believe in me, and I believe in everyone, and don't look forward to actually playing against the good versions of any of these decks because they're all such strong commanders. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.